Wow, another tip to set up a sound 21st century business. Hi, it's Roberta here, and I want to continue looking at opportunities and threats for your business. Opportunities and threats, as you know, are part of your external analysis, and I've given you a number of tools. I want to look at the last tool that I will look at of the 6 tools suggested in the list. That tool is an industry profile. So what is an industry profile? An industry profile is where you look at 3 specific competitors for your business, and you're going to look at the size of each of their shares. You're going to understand who these people are, what kind of businesses they do, how they do business. You're going to look at, for each of them, what the phase is of the business. Now, business has 4 phases generally. It has an introductory phase, it has a growth phase, it has a maturity phase, and then it goes into decline. So you're going to look at each of your competitors, and you're going to look at the industry as a whole. Is the industry a relatively new industry? So if we were talking about cell phones, if we were talking about iPads and iPads, that's still in a growth phase. 2005, it was an introductory phase, growth phase. Probably in the next year they'll get to maturity, and then as some new technology comes along, they'll go into decline. You need to understand where your industry is and where your product and service is going to fit. You need to understand the technology factors, the rate of change. And again, some people adopt new technology really, really easily. And as technology matures, more and more people accept it. So understand, is the industry you're looking at maturing, or is it in an early adoption stage? Social media a couple of years ago was in an early adopt. Not many people were using it. It's very much reaching the mature stage for a number of sectors. So for millennials and Generation Y, it's definitely in a mature state. Baby boomers are still catching on to it, so it's in a growth phase. But understand your industry relative to your product, relative to your service. You need to look at other factors that are in your industry. Have you got the ability to differentiate? What does an economy of scale mean? Well, it means that the more you buy, the better the price you get. Is there a way of actually manufacturing using somebody who's manufacturing something else, and that gives you economy of scale? Volume often gives you economy of scale. You produce 1 or 2 items, it costs you an awful lot. You produce 1,000 items, the unit cost goes down, but your capital outlay gets used up. Capital utilization deals with how much capital do you need to put in the business. So come back to the economies of scale. If you need a lot of capital in order to buy a lot of product to take advantage of economies of scale, then is that a good or a bad thing? You have to decide relative to your industry. And if you're going to need to hire people, are there people with the skills available? Or are you going to have to train them? Are you going to have to bring them in from other places? One of the challenges in today's world often is that we want very specific things, and they may not be actually available. So look at your industry. Look at where you're wanting to go with your business. Is there skilled labor available? Is it a profitable industry? Some industries aren't terribly profitable, whereas others are extremely profitable. And please, in today's global connected world, what are the international influences in your industry? What happens in Asia and in India and in Europe can majorly affect what's happening in other countries, and vice versa. So look at your international influences depending on where you're opening your business. That's all for today. If you want more help and support in opening your business, please keep in mind that there is a membership program that you are more than welcome to join. And through that program, Jenny and I will support you with webinars, with lots of resources with interviews with special guests to actually help you find exactly the business you're in. No man is an island. No business starts without help and support. So talk to you soon. Thanks for listening.